Good morning, folks. It's another wonderful day that God has created for us. He's woke us up again this morning and allowed us to have a Bible verse for today. And that verse comes to us today from the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 11. But if the spirit of him that raised up Jesus from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his Spirit that dwelleth in you. Now you see, folks, if we belong to Christ, we know that according to Romans chapter 8 and verse 9, that the Spirit of God lives in us. And you can also check that out in 1 Corinthians 6:19 and 20. But because of the presence of the Spirit, see, we know that we are eternal. See, the Spirit is God guaranteeing that our future is with Him. See, now you can check that out in 2 Corinthians 1, 21, 22. And also again there in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 5. See, but what's more, even while we're living for Christ now, the Spirit gives us life in our physical bodies as we use them for our glory. Think about it. See, now I made a mistake there. I said for our glory. But the reason I done that, I want to see how many catch that right off. See, but see, the reason the Spirit gives us life in our physical bodies, because we use them for God's glory. See, not ours. I mean, not by far, not by, because God, it tells us over in Romans chapter 12, verse 1, that I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. See, so it just simply put, our bodies don't belong to us; they belong to God, just as well as our spirit does. See, because our spirit and God's spirit dwell together. See, and think about it. If we can't use our bodies to get out here and talk about the love of Jesus Christ and the salvation plan that the Lord put in place for us, then we're restricting ourselves. We're restricting our love for God. I understand there's some that are physically unable to motivate and get around, but that don't stop you from picking up a telephone. Now, does it? Think about it. Witness every chance you get. Testify of the love of God every chance you get. I don't care if it's when you go to the doctor's office and you testify to that doctor, because they need God just as much as we do. See, some of them seem to me like a little bit more, but I'm not going to go judging them on that because that ain't my job. See, but the thing about it is, we need to use our bodies for the glory of God, where God can receive glory from not only from us, but from our neighbors, our sisters, our brothers, our aunts, uncles, people we've never met before until maybe today or tomorrow. See, think about it, folks. Lord, I'd like for you to animate my body with your spirit, Lord, so that what I do not only affects my life, but it brings glory to you. See, because that's what I want to do. I want to bring glory to you, Lord. And also, Lord, I want you to help me to make it my body and my spirit reflect your character and your grace. Lord, I give to you all the glory for your presence and power that is at work within me, your child. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. Think about it, folks. Are you working for Jesus, or are you just keeping your mouth shut? You know, I think that old saying that if you're not for us, you're against us, I think that goes a long way with our walk with God. If we're not walking with God, we're walking against Him, walking away from Him. Think about it. Pray about it. Ask God to lead you and guide you. And with that, that's all for today, folks.